The Tim Heale Thirsty Thursday live stream from 7 until 9 weekly. Here's your host, Tim Heale.
Hey, we're in the room. Excellent. All sorts of things are going off here. Well, good evening, one and all, on a very, very warm, sunny evening down here at the Hill Manor. So tonight, what we're going to talk about? Let's have a think. There's a lot to talk about. There's an awful lot been going on this last few days with particularly the Conservative Party and their hustings to try and find a new leader to take over from Boris. I mean, there's lots and lots of knives coming out and people being stabbed in the back, left, right, and Chelsea. And today I just picked up old Sir Keir Starmer, old Beer Starmer. He's only found himself in Berlin trying to stab the 17.4 million people in the back because he's got some bright idea that maybe he will become the next Prime Minister, and he's looking at taking us back into Europe. That won't go well for you, Beer Starmer. Anyway, I have got a couple of guests sat in the wings, so without too much of ado, let's bring them into the show. First up, there's old Harry.
Evening.
I've got a blank screen. Hello, Harry. This is not the normal Harry. This is Harry Eames. He's an old poacher, and we can hear you.
You
I
can't
just can't
see
see
me.
you at the moment. That's bizarre.
Let me have a
Very
play.
strange. Anyway, we've also got young Chris from way up north. Evening, Chris.
Hello, how are you doing, Tim?
We're doing okay.
Good.
We started the show off with a bit of a laugh to start with. I mean, there's so much. There we go. There's Harry. We've got so much to talk about tonight. I mean, there's so much ammunition out there from what's going on. I mean, I don't know if you saw that knifing of Penny Morton this morning on Talk TV by Sir David Frost. I mean, he fixed bayonets and got straight in there and properly dissed her. Kind of backfired, I guess, looking at the results of this afternoon. I mean, she's now, I think she's either leading or second.
Yeah, he's second.
Yeah, I think she's second. I think she's
Yeah.
coming up on the rail, certainly. The next round will be quite interesting. But at least they got rid of that Jeremy Hunt. Yeah, I mean that would have been an absolute disaster if he got in.
So
Beer Starmer.
who are the contenders now then? Who's actually...
Oh, there's Richie, Penny, Tom Tugendhat is still in it, I think. Who went out today? It was Suella Braverman.
Right.
I think she's gone out. Has it gone out? And I think there's Kemi's that left in. So, and who else? Yeah, I caught it briefly this afternoon while I was trying to get ready for the show. But
Right.
yeah, there's so much to do on a live. You wouldn't believe what you got to do to get ready for a live stream. Trying to pick up on what's going on and this, that, and the other. So,
Do you know what? If nobody
here we are,
makes...
we're now on it.
We are. I was going to say, if nobody makes like a spoof comedy documentary on this whole fiasco of the whole Boris... You know, the whole from beginning to end, from like the Brexit thing and the COVID, and then all of the shenanigans in the background. You've got enough material there. You could get seven seasons out of that, couldn't you? It could run longer than House of Cards, probably.
Absolutely. I mean, it just beggars belief sometimes what goes through people's minds. I mean, to be honest, Boris's downfall is pretty much down to Boris.
Right.
It's not down to anybody else. It's actually down to Boris. He's stitched himself up. If he'd have just been a little bit more honest with us, I think he'd have still been in place. I mean, he's pretty Teflon, but I think the latest revelation was a step too far, and I think that's why the knives came out and decided that a change was needed.
Yeah, he doesn't do himself any favours at all. He hasn't.
No.
You know, it's and I think that's I haven't followed it like really really closely, because sometimes you just have to switch off from it because there's always something going on. But
absolutely.
all I hear people saying is just about the dishonesty where he's tripped himself up with it, and you know,
Well,
just the knee-jerk reaction just seems to be deny, even if there's like proof.
it just makes you wonder what actually goes through his mind, what he's actually thinking at the time. I mean, he's mugged off most of his advisors. He doesn't take advice particularly well, and then it all goes horribly wrong. He's only got himself to blame. Yeah, it just makes you laugh.
Yeah.
But the real funny part about it is that old Beer Starmer, he has had so many wide open goals to score political points against him, and he just doesn't do it.
Right.
He's incapable of sticking a knife in and on Boris, and he's had so many chances.
Beer
Really
Starmer
has.
has.
Yeah.
Right.
And I don't know whether you saw the what came out last week, but it does smell of a rat. Him getting off with we're getting a fine up in Durham.
With this partying.
Yeah, I mean, and the police commissioner or not the commissioner. It must be police commissioner in chief have now got extended contracts. You just got to ask yourself: was that a bribe? Was that a backhander? Was that a bung? Yeah, I mean, if it's not, then and it's genuine that he was having a meeting. But if you look at all the evidence that came out, that it was 10 o'clock at night, it was all prearranged that they'd get curry in for about 30 people, when the rules clearly stated you couldn't be in a room with more than half a dozen people. But they were working, they were campaigning. And he's got beer and I mean, yeah. I mean, Boris did exactly the same, but Boris did it outside. And they were all in this party headquarters. Yeah, come on. They take us for mugs or what?
Yeah, it's really hard on the people that have followed the rules, though, hasn't it? I think that's the big kick in the nuts for a lot of people.
Absolutely.
Is the people that have done as they've told.
Yeah, I mean, I'd like to say that I followed the rules to the letter, but I never wore a muzzle. I looked at the evidence, and what they were suggesting. I mean, right at the beginning, nobody needed to wear a muzzle at all. And then once they found out that they got some PPE left over, well, yeah, everybody should be wearing a muzzle. And somebody got an awful big backhander out of that. That was a really big bung. Somebody's made billions out of PPE.
I think that, you know, anything to do with the there's been a great deal of money made in all of it, hasn't there? Like in the vaccines and the testing kits and
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to go down the, you know, with the tinfoil on my head and go on over all of the conspiracy theories and stuff, but yeah, but we are where we are, aren't we?
We are, and I mean, effectively, what we've done is we've crippled the country. We've lumbered our kids and grandkids with a huge amount of debt to clear for the next 50 years, and it's going to take about that sort of time to for us to get out of it. Really is. It's like the Second World War. We only finished paying for that in about, I think, 2004.
Right.
Paying back the war debt that we had from the Second World War.
Really? It was as
This
long as
COVID
that?
thing, we were in debt for £3 trillion.
Right.
That doesn't bear thinking about. You can't even work that sort of money out. £3 trillion, and Christ knows what the interest rate on a daily basis that is.
Well, it's
'Cause
more than
that's what
me
it-
and you,
it's
weren't it?
just- I think we're paying. We're not even covering the interest payments, let alone trying to clear any of the capital off.
It's mind-boggling when you think of those numbers, though, isn't it? You can't even fathom what that money, how it works, because it's not, obviously it's not physical money. It's just a digital number going backwards and forwards.
Yeah.
But that's crazy. It's crazy when you think about it.
But somebody has made a huge amount of money out of this, and it's not us. And look what the fuel companies are doing to us at the moment. I paid £2 a litre for diesel the other day, and I paid £2.17 a litre for the 99 octane petrol for the motorbike.
Right?
£2.17 a litre.
Yeah. Well,
It breaks me. It just, and they haven't put my pension up.
no.
All these train drivers on £50,000-60,000 a year. I mean, they're all jumping up and down wanting to pay 14%.
Right.
I mean, and that's the problem, isn't it, Tim? You mentioned about the debt. The debt's not going to go away because you've got people like the train drivers and the nation going on strike because they want more money. It's not there.
I mean, what the public sector don't understand is that if the private sector isn't making any money, there isn't money going into the coffers. And if there's no money coming in for the coffers from the private sector, there's nothing to pay the public sector. So the likes of all the public services, the NHS, the police, the armed forces, and everything else that the civil service, that's all been squeezed out of a smaller pot because the private sector are struggling, and just look at what they're doing to the smaller businesses. Everything's going up. The price of fuel's going up. So everything in the supermarket's going up. The Dutch was shopping the other day. She went to the other week. She paid I think it was about 40p for a wash name of broccoli. This week, that same size of broccoli was £1. £1, and that's just one item, and it's across the whole board. Just want to say give a quick shout out. Evening, Richard. How you doing? Young Dick York there. Give us a call if you want a quick chat. So I'd like to give a shout out to anybody that pops into the chat. Just give a quick plug. Feel free to put a comment in the chat box. Join in the conversation. Ask us a question, and we'll give you the answer. If we don't know the answer, we may go away, or we may just make something up.
Yeah, I was going to say, I might just make it up.
So there you go. This is all about having some fun on a Thursday evening. This kind of is a throwback because on a Thursday evening, traditionally in the military, is a thirsty Thursday. So Thursday evening, everybody goes out and let's have a think. I'll come on to you in a second, Richard. You can ring that number on the screen and we can have a chat that way, or let me see if I can. I need to work this out. Hang on. Let's This is all on the fly, by the way. This is all done on the fly.
You're watching this live.
My brain's going about 2 million. So on the top, I'm like a swan, just gliding across the lake. Underneath, it's going like mad. But that's what my brain's doing. So let me just see if I can pull something up. This is all on the fly. So what was I talking about? Yes.
Thursday night
I was
piss-up.
asking people if they want to come and join the show. They can ring in. They can hang on. Let me see if I can find him. Talk among yourselves for a second.
Well, I didn't realise. I learnt something there because I didn't realise Thursday was a military thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's where it comes from.
Yeah.
Very good.
So-
Is that
So what it was, so Thursday evening is when everybody goes out and has a few jars. Then on a Friday morning, you get CO's PT, and then you get fell out about lunchtime, and everybody bomb bursts for the weekend.
right?
That's no doubt.
What's the CEO's run?
There you go. Normally had a CO's run. Yeah, so that's where the British military can perform hungover from the night before.
Right.
And I mean, Friday morning. I mean, Harry will testify to this. I mean, Thursdays used to be the night for going out in the military because everybody had bomb burst by lunchtime. So, Richard, I've just pinged you the link to join the show if you want to on Messenger. I think it was on Messenger, something like that. Anyway,
Is
so
there?
we might get another guest coming in a tick.
Very good.
I'm just going to have a swig of coffee.
No bother. So, is there a link that we could send if people wanted to watch the show? Then can I send a link out to?
Yes,
The
there
peop-
is.
peop-
Where is that link? Hang on. I'm thinking on my feet again.
Yeah.
Where do I hang on, I've got to find the link. Oh, is it there? No, it's there. It's...
'Cause it must
You
be on
do
the.
ask some difficult questions.
Yeah, I put you on the spot. It must be on the Facebook page, is it? Because if Richard's commenting from Facebook, by the looks of things.
Yeah. Let me just see if I can... what do I do with it? I know where it is. Hang on. So while I'm waffling away here... where is it? I know it's here somewhere. There it is. Let me bring you the link. Oh, this is... I do love my Thursday evenings. So right, I've copied that. If I put that into, I can do that. I think if I do that and then pop that up, that should go up. Oh, that's popped across loads of chapters. So we can do that one. There you go. There's the link.
Right.
That's to watch the show.
Right. Okay. Also, you're on YouTube and Twitch and.
Yeah, it goes across Twitter and LinkedIn as well. So it's I did have it on LinkedIn a second ago. Why is it stopped playing? Oh, this is
cutting edge.
yeah, cutting edge technology. So for those that are at home, let's see if I can. If I pop this one up, this is what the studio kind of looks like. So I've got a main screen there. I've got the mixing desk down here. I've got a monitor there. I've got a monitor there. I've got another monitor over there, and I've got a second set up here. So, and I'm in the pub.
All from
As
in
you
the
can
pub.
see, I'm in the pub. So this is the setup basically. So this is where I do all my interviews for my podcasts. So the podcasts are going really, really well. Anybody that's not jumped in on any of the podcasts lately, I have 2 podcasts going out a week. They're also going out on YouTube, so you can see the people that I've interviewed. There's 2 going out a week, and I have had a chat with some fascinating people. Really have. We've had occasional people come in on the show, and what I try and do is get a guest back to come on the live show on a Thursday, just so we can have another chat with them. So it's all good fun. It's all humorous. One tries to be funny at times.
You have to be sometimes, don't you?
Oh yeah. I mean, if you don't, I mean, you break.
You do. You do.
But please feel free to put a comment in the chat box. That also makes a lot of fun. Click the like button. I mean, you can do more than a like. You can put you can put all sorts of things. What other than what's names? What do you get? What's in the? I've forgotten. There's a little love heart. There's
The
there's
emojis.
laughter. The emojis. That's it.
That's
That's
the
the
one.
word I was looking for.
Hey, there we go.
I'm glad you're here. It helps me out no end. So hang on, let's. That should have worked. I don't know whether it has or not. Where are we? Oh no. That's interesting. Yeah.
I do like the flashes that you have across the bottom, though. It's very. It looks really sharp.
Well, one tries, you know.
Yes.
But we can change that.
Is this all the StreamYard stuff? Is it?
This is all StreamYard, yeah. I mean,
Right.
this is what StreamYard's capable of doing.
Yeah.
I've gone on to had a look at Ecamm live,
Right.
and it's doing my head in.
You're all right.
It's a bit like StreamYard, but a lot more complicated.
Right.
It's not.
Okay.
I say complicated. It's. We just had a comment come in. Evening, Dave. How you doing? Can't come on Saturday. Have
Absolutely, Sam.
you poor bugger.
Yeah.
I hope this isn't the cause of all that was going on earlier in the year, or a few weeks back. But you're doing a sterling job, mate. Ignore all your critics. We think you're doing a grand job, and we had a terrific night. And we're really looking forward to next year as well. I think next year should be a lot better because we'll all be under one roof. Might get a little bit messy, but this is a summer ball that we're going to next year.
Right. Right.
So it's a poacher's summer ball.
Oh, very nice.
And young Dave there. I can nip round with a pair of pliers. I'm good at pulling teeth.
I tell you what. Sometimes when you have when it's like directly on that nerve, that's what you feel like you want to rip your own teeth out, don't you? It's just to get rid of it. It's like just get the thing out my mouth.
Yeah, I've been that route. It's not a lot of fun.
Oh, it's horrendous.
So-
It is.
Yeah, but Dave's done a sterling job over the last few years putting together the summer ball.
Right.
I think we've had upwards of sort of 350, 400 people at summer ball.
Really.
And it's just like, it's funny because you get a lot of the guys from our area, and you turn up, you look into an old face, and you can see the young one behind it. And for me, that's the great thing about about reunions and stuff like that. I mean, we've got something coming up in September, the 3rd of September. We've got the regimental rugby, which is it's not really about the rugby, but it's a way of getting people together, and it's all to do with raising funds for the Royal Anglian Benevolent Trust,
Right.
that helps guys out that are in dire straits. So it's helping out the regiment. And the following day we have the regimental gathering, which is up at Duxford, where we remember our fallen. So prior to the rugby game, everybody's lined up. You have a minute silence, and we read out all of our fallen from the regiment, and then they have a game of rugby, and then it's all about having a few jars after, and raising a few bob. So it's been growing over the years. I think we're now going into, I think this year will be year 22, something like that, 25 years. So
Great.
and what we do is we pick on a rugby team in one of the county areas where we recruit from. So my first game for the regimental vets was in, I think it was 2004 or 5 at Hitchin. That was my first game, and I played every year after that until I was 56. Oh, blimey.
Right.
Yeah, I played my last game at 56. I mean, I went on with the idea that I'll turn up, I'll take my boots, and I'll mince up and down the touchline for about the first 70 odd minutes, and then I'll pop on for the last 5 or 10 minutes and get a cheeky scrum off, try like. But the first year I tried doing that, I ended up starting the game and playing about 70 minutes.
All right. Bit of work involved in that then.
Yeah, and the funny part about it, because I used to play a bit of rugby for Hitchin on their threes, and occasionally for their vets, I was playing against some of my mates. So that was all good fun.
Do you do the stuff for Burns night? Just you did the summer ball. So do you do anything for Burns as well, or?
Yeah, we down at, hang on, I'll show you where we do that.
All right.
I'm currently, and I have been for the last 6 or 7 years, the social secretary for Hornet Services Sailing Club.
All right.
And we have pretty much a full-on sort of regimental type dinner. So we start off the year with a Burns night supper around about the 25th of January. February we'll have a Valentine's dinner for an intimate candlelit dinner for about 70.
Right.
So,
Nice intimate.
yeah, intimate. I mean, limited with the space, obviously. So
Yeah.
it's all big tables, but that's normally quite a good night. Then we have the Commodore's dinner in April. We have we normally do a Waterloo night, but this year we did a Falklands 40.
Yeah.
So we had a really good dinner for that, where we had quite a few Falklands vets in the club, and had some really good speakers. So some of the guys that were down the Falklands and had involvement in the Falklands, they had a few pieces to say during the evening. So it was a really cracking evening. Next one we've got is a Battle of Britain night, and these are run by separate services. So the RAF are stepping up for this one, and they're going to lay on a full-on sort of top-table dinner for the club, run by the RAF. And then come October we have a Trafalgar dinner, and November we have a pickle night. Pickle night is is a real fun night. It's sort of commemorating the return of the dispatches from the Battle of Trafalgar on
Right.
HMS Pickle, and it's
Right.
traditionally run by the senior rates mess in the Navy. So they so we all get dressed up in sort of period costume, and we have skits and all sorts of things, and rum finds, and it gets really messy, but it's a real fun night. And then December we have the traditional Christmas draw. So we have lots and lots of functions on throughout the year. Oh, we got another guest turned up.
Oh.
Let's bring him in. Guten Abend, wie geht es Ihnen? How you doing, Tim?
Yeah, good. All right, mate. How's you?
Yeah, terrific.
Yeah, it took a little bit
Thanks.
longer on the meeting.
Is that because you're putting out so many fires?
No,
Sending people
I'm
down to
actually.
Spain and Portugal.
Yeah, no, I'm in my room in quarantine. As of yesterday, I've been tested positive with corona.
Yeah.
Oh, you lucky bugger!
So,
I'll keep that to
so
yourself,
I'm not
'cause else everybody want it.
exactly.
So how are you feeling in yourself then?
I'm all right. I'm feeling all right. I don't feel sick.
You probably won't. The most you get is a snotty nose and maybe a bit of a
Yeah,
cough for a little while.
obviously.
Yeah.
They
I've just come
make
off the
an
back
awful
end
lot
of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've just come off the back end of it. So I was negative this morning and negative yesterday, and the only thing I've had is like the feeling of like having a razor blade in my throat. That was it really. That was the only thing, like a quite a sharp pain, and then losing sleep because of that. But other than that, I've been okay, to be fair.
Great.
Well,
Yeah, I've
well,
got it for the
young-
first time.
Yeah.
Say again?
So young Tim there, he lives in Germany, and if I'm not wrong, you're a firefighter in Germany.
That's right, mate. Yeah.
So how's that
Correct.
going? How long you been
Yeah,
there?
it's
And
all right.
whereabouts in Germany are you?
I'm right up north on the Danish border. It's a little town called Nibel. It's just before it's actually on the North Sea.
All right. So
To the west of us is the North Sea, and to the north is Denmark. So I'm right on the border.
Brilliant. So do you go
And
through
basically,
Padborg, Flensburg, around
yeah,
that sort of area, or you're further
Pad,
west?
Padborg. Yeah, I'm further west. Padborg and Flensburg are on the east coast. They're on the
Yeah.
Baltic, and I'm on the North Sea side.
All right.
So
Yeah,
yeah.
North Sea's not an awful lot of fun. So
The
Tim
little
was
islands
also
and
a
that.
Royal Anglian.
Get everywhere.
Poacher through and through. Poacher
Yeah.
through and through. We get everywhere. Yeah.
There's a few poachers. Hey Chris, you're surrounded by poachers tonight. Poachers by name, poachers by nature.
Yeah, I'm the only non-military one as well. Not to worry. I was just looking at the map actually for Germany because I was wondering if you're right at the north of Germany, you're actually the same. You're probably the same far north as where I am in Newcastle when I look at it. So you're probably
Yeah,
getting
it's about. There used to be a ferry used to go across from Copenhagen, across
Yeah.
Copenhagen, yeah, not Copenhagen. That's on the other side. Used to go from what do you call it now? I can't remember what you call it. Used to go across from here from Esbjerg.
Esbjerg.
Used to go straight across Esbjerg to ferry, Esbjerg to Newcastle. Used to go across,
Oh,
yeah,
right.
Yeah.
but they stopped that now.
Do they
They
have
only-
any
they only-
ferries at all going to Esbjerg? They
No.
used to run out of Hull, didn't they?
Yeah, it used to go, but it never used to go to Hull. Esbjerg used to go to Harwich, and
Yeah, I did that a few times.
all would have been, yeah, all would have been a lot better for me because living up north, you
Yeah.
know, I'm a scunny bum. I'm actually a
Really?
Yorkshire lad.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm a Yorkshire lad. But I ended up in the poachers because my mum and dad moved to Scunthorpe, you see. So I ended up in the poachers country instead of being a Prince of Wales Yorkshire.
Right.
So yeah, and I was quite pleased with that. So no problem.
Whereabouts in
Couple of the best
Yorkshire?
regiment in the British Army.
I'm from Rotherham, near
Rotherham,
Sheffield,
right. Yeah, yeah, I know Rotherham.
originally. Originally, yeah,
Very
So
good.
how
yeah.
long you been
So
in Germany then, Tim?
well, I left in officially January '92. Got my redundancy, and I've been up here up north. I moved up in November '91 when I had my pre-release and everything, and joined the fire brigade in '95. So,
All right.
and I've been stuck here since.
So I guess you're
So,
fairly fluent in the German then.
oh yeah, and Danish.
Ah,
Right.
Yeah,
du snakker dansk.
ja, det snakker dansk. Jeg kan lidt dansk, men jeg snakker dansk.
Wicked.
that's that's more squaddy Danish though. Squaddies, you've got a
Yeah.
squaddy learns. Squaddy always learns the language where he is. He can always order a pizza. He can order. He can always get a woman. As you get food, and he knows how to order a beer.
And what order
What
it
more do
goes
you
in?
need?
So how often do you go into Denmark then?
I'm, I'm only about what is it 6 k's from the border,
Oh,
so
right.
we get across quite a lot.
Hmm.
I
Do you go
actually go
across there
across there 'cause
firefighting?
we've got a joint. We actually do it with the it's Tonda. That's where the Crown Prince lives in Tonda, and we actually go across there. We've got a friendship with the fire brigade there, and we always do a little bit of we help each other. Like they've got a really big ladder engine, so when we ever need that, we call them across, and when they need ours, they call us across. So it's quite hand in hand. When
Yeah.
the border used to close at nights, because we were in a little town, the border closed at night, so locked the barriers and everything. And the fire brigades, both fire brigades, actually had a key for the gate, so you could officially go across. Now, if you wanted to go on the piss or you wanted to go across to the ferry or something like that late at night, so unlock the gate, give your mate the key back, and he'd lock it again and put it back in his hook. So
Right.
you could always get across. Yeah, great.
Brilliant. So we haven't had anybody call in yet. So we tested this out a couple of weeks back
Yeah,
for people to call into the show. So the number's on the screen if you want to call. If you are watching, click the like button. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I mean, it's all there for you to do. It doesn't cost you anything. It's free already. We don't charge for people to subscribe to the channel, but
Well, it's no wonder in such a state you don't charge.
I know, perhaps we should. I mean, you could always buy me a coffee.
Yeah.
There is that. You can always buy me a coffee. Maybe I should change it to buy me a beer.
Yeah.
that's not bad. Yeah, I've come across for that.
Yeah. So when was the last time you was over then?
I was 219 before that all started with the corona. We were supposed to come across in 220. We actually had ferry booked and everything, and all the corona came out, and we actually had to cancel because of corona, and not got over since. So we're planning next year again, either for
Yeah,
the reunion or the ball. We'll see.
yeah. Well, if you're coming over for the reunion, I'm not quite sure where we're playing rugby next year, but this year
Yeah.
we're at Syston in Leicester. So
Oh, okay.
in fact, they played Cleethorpes last weekend, and
Yeah,
considering the
I
amount
saw the
of
pictures from Frank.
considering the amount of poachers that live in that area, it was a pretty poor turnout to support the guys, and it's
Oh, okay.
for some reason the players generally come from the from the Pompadours or the Vikings, and there's only ever been a few of us that from the poachers that have been playing rugby for the regimental team over
Well, that's it.
the last
Your Bob
20
Aitons.
years.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I know, because
I mean,
Bob Aiton, they were quite good, weren't they?
yeah. So when was the last time I saw Bob? Bob, I forget where we were playing. But yeah, Bob came along and played with us. We had a good day. He was second row. I was scrum halfing. It was a funny old game, that one.
Was that with
Thurrock
your
was a good game.
was that with the simmer frame or without it?
Oh, that's before the Zimmer frame. I mean, the only reason I gave up is because I was slow. I don't know whether I was slowing down or it was the number eights that slowed down and weren't protecting me. I was constantly getting scragged all the time, so I thought time to stand and watch the game rather than get involved. Well, I did love playing my rugby. I mean, I played for quite a few teams. I played for the old Caterhamians in Caterham for quite a lot of years, and I formed a guards team when I was working out of London, called the London District Incremental Companies Rugby Team, the Old Dicks we called them, and our first game I brought the team down to Caterham, and we advertised it. It was a big day. We had loads of sort of stalls and lots of people getting involved with it, and we said the guards are returning to Caterham because Caterham was a guards town, and so that was a great day, and I was playing for the guards team, and I was playing against all my mates that I turned to every week with, and they all picked on me. I had to take myself off. I had to take myself off and watch, but it was fun.
I don't know.
But,
Target number one.
Yeah, how to make yourself a target. Go and play for the opposition. In fact, play for the opposition a couple of times. We used to have a game against Croydon and I forget the other, Streatham and Croydon, and they didn't have enough. They didn't have enough players this particular day, so we had to lend them a couple. So I played the first half for Caterham as a scrum half, and then I went on play for Croydon and Stratton in the second half. And they put me on a wing, and I didn't know what I was doing out there. And they had a front row forward playing at scrum half, so I put him out on the wing, and I went into scrum half for him. Again, I was a target. I should have stayed out on the wing out of it.
Yep.
But there you go. That's all good fun.
Yeah.
So the regimental rugby is a big thing, and what we try and do is to play the local teams. It generates a lot of interest in the local areas that we're playing in, and generates funds for the regimental coffers.
Yeah, good.
The benevolent fund for guys that are falling on hard times or just need help. And,
That's it. Yeah.
And that's what
Good,
the rugby's all about.
Cause, yeah.
And so we do it the day before the regimental gathering at Duxford. So, and you can tell the players that have played the day before because they're all hobbling around. So it's quite a laugh.
Oh, man.
So they play league up your way, don't they, Chris?
Say again?
They play rugby league up your way, didn't it?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know.
You've got Sharks up there, haven't there?
We've got up here's I'm going to get wrong if I get this wrong here, because I'm a Middlesbrough lad, but Newcastle have the Falcons. That's right, isn't it?
Yeah, Falcons, not
Yeah.
Falcons.
Yeah, Newcastle have the Falcons, so that's our local. Now, don't ask me if they are league or what.
They're union.
Their union, are they? Right.
Their
Okay.
union
Before I make an idiot of myself and say the wrong one.
It's the Sale
It
Sharks.
depends where you
Yeah.
Are they
Newcastle
south of the
Falcons.
Tyne or north of the Tyne?
The Falcons? Oh, there must be north.
Yeah.
There must be.
I
Yeah,
don't know.
I don't think I can get that wrong. Yeah, there's a big difference apparently. From which side of the river you're from? Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Don't call it the
Was
opposite
it-
side.
Yeah.
I'm gonna.
Well, I'm just south of the
I mean-
river. I'm in Gateshead.
My daughter used to watch Geordie Shore here on telly. I'm like, bloody hell! I've
Oh.
never seen so much shit in my life.
No, I've never seen a single episode, thankfully.
Me either.
Yeah, and I've managed to avoid all of the invites to go on it as well. I must have
So,
it's
you've not had
sorry,
so
go
you've
on.
not
Tim.
had anybody on your podcast then from the show?
No. It's no. It's one of those. It's a very strange one. I mean, some people have done very well out of it, haven't they? I mean, some of them are multi-millionaires or something that have started on it. But it's like a very fabricated thing,
Sometimes
isn't it?
it pays off.
Yeah.
Well, it just
Yeah.
goes to show it pays off sometimes to be stupid.
Well, yeah.
No?
You know, if you right place at the right time, and you're
Exactly.
okay, aren't you? You're set for life. But
Well, you know, I used to think I'm thick as fuck, and it's got me nowhere.
I'm still waiting. I'm still waiting for it to pay off.
Well, I'm as bright as a button, and nothing's happened to me. I'm as sharp as a razor.
You're gonna have the BBC, aren't you? The sorting out all their broadcasting
Absolutely, yeah.
anytime
Put
now.
me
Yeah.
in charge of the
Oh.
BBC. I'd soon sort them out.
They're too busy. They're
That
too
Gary
busy with the
Lineker would be the
SAS.
first one
Come
to get
on.
the sack. I mean, how can they pay that idiot so much money?
I don't know.
And it's our money that they're paying him.
Is this Lineker?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I heard something that he was the highest paid BBC
£1.35 million he gets paid
a year.
to do
Wow.
to do a 1 hour a week.
Yeah, I mean, even if you factor in what he does behind the scenes, because I don't know what he does behind the scenes, but
He's a victim mainly.
there must be something involved. I'm just trying to give him a bit of a break, but yeah,
Not too much
it's
of one.
it's a lot. No, it's a lot of money, isn't it? Blimey, that's a
Yeah,
cushy
for-
number.
for doing little.
Yeah.
I mean,
So,
any idiot
yeah.
can talk about football. I mean, I know all about football. Is you've got 22 idiots running around after a round ball, pretending that they're injured most of the time, taking dives left, right, and Chelsea. It's ridiculous. 90 minutes they do that for, and then they have to
Well,
play some overtime.
After the last 10 years, I'm keeping. After the last 10 years, I'm keeping quiet on that element. I'm a Manchester United fan.
You can tell I'm not a football fan at all, can't you?
Yeah, I'm not a football fan myself, to be honest. I've struggled. I've gone through periods where I've tried to follow it. Being a smoggy, with it's very much like the Middlesbrough's like the underdogs, has been for many years. And I remember that there was a time. Yeah, exactly. There was a time though where we had Juninho and Ravanelli and all of those players, and then at that time it was like football was really good at Middlesbrough, but I honestly could get stuck in a lift with the entire team now of any football club, and I wouldn't know who any of them are, to be totally truthful.
See, the thing I find with football is that there's far too much money in it to start with, and that's ruined the game. The English national game is predominantly played by foreign players, which is the knock-on effect to that is that the national team are strapped for who they can pick, because you take teams like Chelsea, Manchester United, City, Leeds. The vast majority of the players on those teams are foreign players that aren't eligible to play for the national teams. So, and they don't really invest in the grassroots level of the game.
No, that's it.
Somebody
That's
was
the biggest problem in the UK. Yeah.
yeah. Somebody was saying the
That's
other
a
day
really
that
big problem.
they're looking at introducing the proper yellow card into football, like they have in rugby, and that would tidy the game up overnight. Once you get a team sat on the sideline for dissing the ref, all
Right.
got a 10-minute sin bin.
Yeah, that's the difference. There'd be a lot more goals scored as well, to be fair.
Yeah.
Well, that would be Liverpool. Would spend half the time off the pitch, wouldn't they?
Yeah. So, I mean, they've got to do something with football, because you get a bad decision off a ref, or the ref makes a decision, they're all over him, giving him a hard time.
Yeah.
And if he was to be able to pull out a yellow card and give him 10 minutes in the bin, that would stop
That's
that
it, yeah.
overnight, and that would bring back some sort of a little bit of respect for the referees. I mean, you don't get any of that lip in rugby. You look at a ref sideways the wrong way, and you can find yourself sat in the sin bin for 10 minutes. And when you get a little bloke like Nigel Owens, and he's looking up to this bloke giving a right wagging, it's really funny. I mean, if you go on the YouTube and look at some of the Nigel Owen clips, they are so funny. Where he's telling off these big players, and they're all calling him sir and doffing their hats and everything.
Yeah,
I see Tim's just fallen out.
Yeah, it's just. But I was just going to say that you see the problem is with the football being the most watched sports, you see the kids copying how the players talk to the ref.
Yeah, I mean
And
that's where that is wrong. I mean, I don't know whether you've ever watched or had the displeasure of seeing kids football on a Sunday morning.
I've heard about it.
Horrendous.
Yeah, I've heard.
What they do on the sideline, I mean, the parents
are atrocious.
worse than the kids.
Yeah.
And I think they should be banned. They shouldn't be allowed to go.
Yeah, it needs a good shake, that sort of thing, doesn't it?
Absolutely does. So, where are we going? What have we got going on here?
This is why I don't follow any sort of sport. It's too tiring.
Yes. Too political, too tiring.
Yeah, we can do political.
Yeah.
So,
Politics, I'm out of my comfort zone with politics, I'll be honest with you, Tim. But to be fair, I'm probably going to have to go in about 5-10 minutes, to be truthful. So
it's been an absolute pleasure having you on, Chris.
Who's that down there? Who's that down there with the top hat on?
That's yours truly.
That's what the referees need to be like, telling them off.
Yeah.
Don't talk to me like that, young man. Yeah, that was very good. It just came out of nowhere.
Yeah, I know. I'm full of stuff like that. Let's change the background. There we go. Change the background. We could do all of this on the fly, which is brilliant. So, yeah, we'll pop back in. Look,
there he is.
Got me one down. Whipped me one down.
You can get away with that at your age, can't you?
Yeah, I know. What, whipping me one down?
Whipping the wand out. Yeah, why not?
Here we go. Tim's back in the room.
He's at it again.
Welcome back, Tim.
It's all right. I'm on my mobile phone and it just cut off.
Yeah.
We thought there was something gone wrong. So
Yeah, the thing is, my people and everything for the fire brigade, it all runs over my mobile. So if anything goes off, he comes across this and cuts everything else off.
Ah.
So yeah.
So
I'm in quarantine. Yeah, the lads have just been called out to a fire.
Right.
I still get, even though I'm on sick, I still get the information and that.
yeah,
You
you
still
can't
comes
turn it off
across. You
then.
can't. No, which is good because I know what's going on.
So is it like
So
a
are you
pager?
like in charge of the station then? Are you
Yeah,
team
I'm
leader?
actually, yeah, I'm in charge of the station, and I'm deputy county
Oh,
leading fireman. The first foreigner to get that such an high post. So honoured,
well
really.
done.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
cheers. Yeah.
You're just coming up for retirement then.
Well, I was hoping to go into it, but just a little bit longer. So, I mean, I'm 60. I'll be 62 next, and 64 is planned. So we'll
Yeah.
see.
Well, my
2 years.
advice is plan for your retirement.
Oh yeah, you got to.
Yeah.
But
Make sure that your pension's
my
in
old
the right
man.
place.
Yeah, of course. My old man, he went into pension at 67. He died at 69, cancer.
Yeah.
So you
Last
can't
thing
take
you want to
nothing
do
with you,
then.
can you?
You can't.
Yeah.
But
Can't take it with you.
at least while you're doing it, you can at least you plan for it and you can enjoy it. And my
Oh, that's it. Yeah.
theory is that you live every day as though it's your last, because one day it will be.
Yeah, exactly.
And life's too short to mess around.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So we're just coming up on the hour. Blimey,
Yeah.
we've been out for an hour. It's flashed by. Don't know what we're going to do in the second hour. I know we've got a few other people possibly going to be joining in. Oh, we had another. I keep missing these. Evening, Baz. Here we go. Bebop. Who's Bebop?
Bebop.
Baz Seaton.
Baz,
Welcome,
yeah,
Baz.
that's me. Bebop is actually me.
All right.
That's an old battalion nickname because I actually used to dance rock and roll. So Ricky, a proper rock and roll freak.
You weren't
Yeah,
part of
I actually
the Northern Soul crowd then.
no, definitely not. As I in the battalion's in the battalion's Berlin days, I actually won a few German championships in rock and roll dancing. So yeah, picked up the name Bebop. Yeah, and it's stuck with me since.
Wicked. Well, we've got an outside broadcast coming in now. So
Lovely.
here we go. Outside broadcast. Evening, Harry.
Hello, Tim.
God, blind, what you done here? Is it windswept?
Yeah, it is a bit.
Harry's over in Yarmouth.
Oh, it's lovely. The sun is shining.
Plenty of
Hello.
carrot crunches about.
Children's playground. Looking after my grandson.
You
Thought I'd
keep
pop
an
in
eye on
quick.
him.
Yeah, he's running around like a lunatic.
Yeah.
Oh, he's disappeared.
Tim's dropped out again.
Yeah,
So
so
you remember
we're off
Bebop,
back
Tim?
tomorrow. Sorry.
You remember Tim?
Yeah.
So he's been on for a little while. So we've got quite a crowd on tonight. We've got Harry. You remember Harry Eames?
Yeah.
And we've got Chris on.
Yeah.
Chris is from he's the
Keep getting your hand wrong.
Sorry, it's a bit wobbly.
That's all right.
what is it, Chris? The geeky
The Chatty Geek Hidden Dragon is the name of
right.
the podcast.
Hidden Dragon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Funny enough, I
oh.
bumped into a poacher here.
Have you?
Bound to be
Yeah.
one or two poachers in that area, isn't there?
Yeah, he's here on holiday. What was his wife's name? Sharon Brown. That's his wife. I can't think of his name. Anyway,
Pete,
Brown.
Ah,
you're on about Pete Brown, ain't you, Nookie?
That's right. Yep, you got it right.
Brown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're on holiday
Ex-Seagull
with
before,
their
yeah.
grandson
I know,
and
I know I'll get
daughter.
there eventually with their names.
Oh, the memory's still there. Yeah, Nookie Brown,
Yes,
yeah.
Yeah.
Nuki Brown. Blimey.
Anyway, I just popped in to say hello. I'm going to have to go.
All right, Harry. Are
Okay.
you
Have a
back
good
next
evening.
week? You're back next week?
Catch up with
Take
you
care.
then.
Yeah,
Good
catch up
night.
with you next week. Take care.
And you. Bye bye.
Au revoir, bonne
Good
chance.
Eric.
Sorry.
Right, Tim, I'm going to have to get myself away as well, if that's okay with you all.
No worries, Chris.
It's been
You
lovely.
take it easy.
Nice
and we'll
to meet
catch
you
up
all.
with you again soon.
Catch you all later. See you now.
Thanks for
Got the
coming
wrong
on.
hand again. That one. See you later. Bye now.
Ta-ra.
There you go. So, just the three of us left until somebody else drops in. So this is what we do on a Thirsty Thursday. Basically, we just go live and see what happens. Some weeks we have a format where we're talking about a specific subject. Like we've done mental health specials, we've done a sailing special, we've done a motorbike special, a crime special. We did a crime special. I had a young lady on who is a forensic psychologist, and her job is to determine whether somebody's sane enough to stand trial. And
Yeah.
I mean,
I'd be safe then.
yeah. So I mean, she actually dealt with the actual Hannibal Lecter, the real life one.
Oh, yeah,
She
the real life
was
one.
the real life one. She was dealing with him when he was in prison. So
Well,
yeah,
it's a good job she's not on here tonight because they'd be knocking on my door to pick me up. They're coming to take you away.
She's quite good fun actually. So
Oh, okay.
so I'm going to try and get her back on again sometime for another chat.
Yeah.
So I don't know what's happened to Dick York. I pinged him the link. Let's see if I can work out what happened. Did he get it? Yeah, he got it. For some reason, he can't get in.
Oh, okay. Well, I actually had to download Chrome because I couldn't get in. I didn't have Chrome on mobile. You see.
Yeah,
So I
normally
had
on
to
a
download
mobile you
it
can
and
get
then-
it. You can get it on.
Yeah.
How do you get on? All right, hang on, Baz. I'll ping you the link. Stand by on Messenger. I think. Let's see if I can see if we can get Baz on. No, not that one. Do that one. There we go. Do that. There you go. I'll just message you the link, Baz, if you want to try and pop in and have a word. So, it's all happening tonight. We've got things going off. We've got people popping in, got people popping out. So it's it's all a challenge. I do all sorts here. So anybody that's out there that's watching, if you can click the like button just to say that you like it, or click the dislike button if you don't like what we're doing. But I don't understand why you wouldn't like what we're doing. This is it's all about having some fun, and you can always subscribe to the channel. Check out the podcasts. They're on all the popular podcast apps, and it's also on YouTube, so you can see the people that I've interviewed, and I've done some fascinating people. I'm now up to I just recorded the other day number 130. So I've done 130 people, other people, their life story. So you don't even have to listen to my life story. So we've been steaming along at it, and I've got 2 podcasts going out a week until the 2nd of November at the moment, and I've got a couple more scheduled for next week to record. So yeah, I mean, there's plenty to look at. I've done military types, I've done civilian types, I've done all sorts of types. Yeah, just it just yeah, it's great. And it's what I do. I kind of do it full time nowadays. It keeps
Yeah.
me out of mischief. So, so I could do your story, Tim.
But
Find
my
out.
story,
Yeah, I mean, you must have quite a fascinating tale to tell, particularly
oh yeah,
uh, after you got thrown out of the army, took the redundancy on the old options for change, I bet.
yeah. That's it. Yeah.
And how you got
Oh, the first wave. Yeah.
the first wave. Yeah.
The first wave. Yeah, straight after the Gulf. Yeah, after the first Gulf.
Oh,
So,
that's criminal, isn't it? Really, come through a war and then
oh yeah.
they kick you out.
Well, it was more voluntary. Yeah, it was actually more voluntary, Mike, because we thought the battalion was moving from Celle, you see, and my wife didn't want to go away from. She's from Celle. She didn't want to. She didn't want to leave Germany, and then we ended up leaving Celle in the end anyway, because her parents moved up to the island of Sylt, which is called on the North Sea. It's the most northern island, German island, and it's on Sylt.
Yeah.
And we actually moved up there for a year and a half. And
What, on
now
the
we live on
island?
and now we live on the mainland, just from the island. My daughter actually works on the island as a doctor's assistant, and yeah, so we're
See,
we're only about
there's
an
a
half hour from
fascinating
the
story.
island. Yeah.
So, did you ever go back down to Celle?
I actually moved down for a while. I was working on a fire brigade in Celle with the Celle Fire Brigade as an instructor. So I actually moved down to Celle for a while and stayed down there. And I was actually doing gate guard for a while. After my road accident, I couldn't do After my road accident, I couldn't do the fire brigade work anymore, because I was doing more of an office job. I was working on the gates. So and then after I got medically, I had a new medical exam and I got reinstated, so I could do it again. And I got the job up north. I applied for the job up north for the assistant, we call it the assistant brigade manager, and yeah, got a thumbs up. And my missus wanted to move back up north because she missed it, so we ended up back here. And that's how we got back up again.
All right.
Yeah.
So, how
And
are
now
things in Germany at the
I'm not
moment?
the assistant. No, it's all right. I mean, the prices are going up, which is the same as everywhere, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
Petrol and things like that. It's all raising it worldwide, I think. That's going up, but our wages have gone up as well, so I'm not complaining. They have got it. They've got it quite sorted over here.
Yeah.
There's no.
So, how do they work the fire brigade in Germany? Is it a state-run thing, or is it?
It's on 3 levels. You've got like the big works and things like that, the big steel works and things like that. They've all got their own private fire brigades, as well. What are called works fire brigades.
Yeah.
And then we've got the full-time fire brigade and the volunteers. Yeah.
So I guess you're on the full time, are you?
No, yes, no. I'm actually part-time, but I'm working full-time. You've got there's it depends how big the city or the town is. The volunteer fire brigades, they've got full-time firemen within them as well. There's a few jobs that have to be done full-time, like the area manager and things like that. The coordinator. If there's a fire, I get called out, and I'm more or less in the background, and I coordinate probably 2-3 different stations that are working together, and I'll coordinate all the work. No.
What, the
Which is all got to be done as well.
and that sort of thing?
Yeah. Well, I'll just coordinate it. I've got my radio. I've got, I'm in contact with that station leader. I'm in contact with the other station leader. I'm in contact with the Red Cross and other people that need to be contacted. And basically, it's smooth running. That's my job.
Suppose it keeps you off the streets, keeps you out of mischief.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's it.
So Harry's just retired this year.
Yeah.
So what
Yeah,
did you
been
retire
about,
from,
hasn't
Harry?
it? Sorry?
What did you retire from?
I was health and safety manager in construction. I went there on a 3-month rolling contract. Ended up
Yeah.
23 years.
Oh,
Blimey. So you'd have been out on good behaviour if you'd have murdered
Well,
someone.
I should have. Well, that's what I was thinking. Prior to that, I was out in the Middle East, in Libya,
oh,
working on oil fields.
Ah.
yeah.
In fact,
Is that-
when you were all out of the first Gulf War, I was out in Saudi.
Was Gaddafi in charge at the time then?
Yeah, I mean, we got kicked out because them Yanks bombed Benghazi.
Yeah.
Because that was
That
going to be
didn't go
a
down
great.
well, did it?
It was, the salary was great there. It was another 5 years contract. I'd have retired then, but got cut short when they bombed them.
Yeah.
So I ended up going out into Saudi Arabia. Didn't have a clue what I was doing, but they all thought I did. Shouted in the right places, and you're a good one.
So how's your Arabic then?
A bit like Tim's Danish.
So
No,
Ask for steaks and order a beer.
Yeah, give them a slip around the ear hole, and they understood it.
Yeah.
And great thing about it was both in Libya and Saudi, I could take me clown character with me and get a few parties going.
Yeah.
Is that dry parties?
Funny enough, in all honesty, Tim, if you're an alcoholic, stay away from the Middle East countries.
Yeah.
There is more alcohol being brewed by expats than anywhere in the UK.
Grief. So it's all moonshine out there, is it? They've got their own stills and
In fact,
stuff.
in Saudi, there are a lot of the compounds which are purely bars. And providing you don't involve the locals, nobody bothers you.
Yeah. I've heard
But
that.
like when I was in Libya, I think it was probably about 6 Brits on this particular site. And what used to happen regularly was the local police force would plan a raid because they wanted their vehicles maintained. They give us plenty of notice. And this particular occasion, the camp boss says to us Brits, you need to get rid of all that alcohol and all your brewing equipment. And when they brought it out, it must have stretched about 300 bloody metres, all this brewing kit. And there was only 6 of us on the site. But they didn't get our whiskey. Because that was in the back of the welding wagon that we sent the ties out, go out in the desert and come back later.
I don't know. So your story would be fascinating as well.
You'll don't tell the tax
That's
man.
Don't have to go into that sort of detail. But that's what I do. I mean, I interview people and get their life story, and I have a basic format where I ask people when and where they were born. I ask them to describe what it was like where they grew up, the schools they went to, and the education they received, and we'll knock that around and get some detail about where they grew up, what it was like where they grew up, particularly because that has a bearing on how they.
Where I grew up, it was terrible.
Yeah, you had a couple of brothers as well, didn't you?
Yeah, I mean, on that Riddings estate, it was horrible.
And then we'll look at your work life history, and we'll knock that around for a bit, and we'll delve into that, and then we'll see where the conversation takes us. And,
Yeah, we'll go along with that too.
we can
Right.
arrange that, and we do it all over this,
Oh,
which
lovely.
is all good fun.
Yeah.
But I actually haven't done many people from the army. I've done more
No.
Navy types because I've had access to them down here. I've done Harry, obviously Meekham's, got his life story. We did a few episodes of that because we were still new at it. But now I'm an established podcaster, shall we say. I've got a format sorted out, and my technique is sorted out, and yeah, I love doing it. It's great fun. So we just talk to people. I spend all my time talking to other people and getting their lives. And so I started off.
Gift of the
I
gab.
did. What's that? Gift of the gab.
As a
Yeah,
gift of the gab.
absolutely. So I started off. I did 24 half-an-hour episodes of my life. So if you are struggling at getting to sleep, stick one of them on. It cures insomnia straight away. But yeah, I mean, lockdown for me has been quite good because it's given me this platform to work off, and I just carried it on because it's so easy to do. And I also joined this thing called Podmatch, and this links me up with people that want to tell their story. And to say it's inexhaustible. So many people that and people are asking me to come on the show to tell their story. So it's good fun. All good fun. These things.
All got fun.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, you were a Pompadour first, weren't you? Or
No, I should have been a Pompadour.
you should have been, shouldn't you?
Because I was born in Hatfield in Hertfordshire, and
Yeah.
when I went through the depot, I came in as a boy soldier. When I passed out of training, there was a handful of us that were earmarked to come to the 2nd Battalion. So I came out with Renville Brown. He was in my platoon.
Pompadour Wren, yeah.
Yeah. And we flew into Munster in,
Yeah.
I think it was about
Come on.
September 75.
Well, you
We
did,
joined
yeah,
the
you did
battalion.
join. If you joined with Wren, you joined with Jono as well, then, didn't you?
Yeah. There's a
Yeah, big
small,
love. Yeah, Jono,
small,
I know Jono and Jono and Anthony Johnson.
yeah.
Jono and Wren joined together, so you did join that same time, yeah.
Yeah, so we were in the same platoon at the depot
Yeah.
when we
Oh,
came
cool,
through
let's
training.
see.
So we started
Yeah.
off in were they in Salamanca with me? Because I was a junior soldier, and I think they came along.
Yeah, I was. Yeah, I was in Somme, and my instructor was my section commander in Somme was Bob Coleman.
All right,
Yeah, ex
I can't
Pompadour.
remember.
Yeah,
Sergeant
he's
Eek
on
was one of mine.
he's on Facebook. Yeah,
Yeah, so Sergeant Eek was the first one, but he didn't last long, and then Mickey Draper took over as platoon
oh,
sergeant.
Mickey, good old Mickey. Yeah,
Loved him to bits. Thumped me
yeah,
a
Mickey
couple of
was good.
times.
Yeah,
But
that's
yeah,
not like Mickey.
he was a really good platoon
Yeah,
sergeant, and yeah, he used to babysit the kids and everything. then we got to the battalion. So got to the battalion September 75. The battalion was away in Northern Ireland at the time. We was on the rear party in Munster,
yeah,
and so 76 we moved July 76 we moved from Munster across to Gillingham, and
yeah. Well, that's
in
where
that
I joined in Gillingham.
in that
So I'm
summer,
only a young.
yeah,
I'm only a youngster, you see.
just a boy, just a young lad.
Yeah, just a young lad. Yeah, 77. I joined.
Yeah, 77 we did I was in A company at the time. We went to the Ballymurphy. That
Yeah.
was fun. I mean, that was a rough,
Well,
rough tour.
I joined there and I got stuck. I was stuck. The first people that said hello to me on the gate, that was obviously rear party, John Brengun,
Yeah,
Lofty
brilliant.
Adcock, Frank Hampton.
Frank, good old Frank.
Good old Frank.
He died. He
Well,
died
yeah,
quite a few years ago now, Frank.
we got quite a few years ago. Yeah,
Mm.
Lofty Adcock,
Yeah,
Mister Get the Tea On. Yeah, get the
he
bruise
was.
on.
He was. Lofty Adcock was one of the only one of the only people in the battalion to get the Queen's Silver Jubilee Medal.
Yeah,
There was
that's it.
only
Yeah,
six.
yeah,
There was only six given to the battalion, and he was the only junior rank
yeah,
to get one.
yeah. That's right.
All the rest of
He
us
was
didn't.
actually the only. He was actually the only junior rank to get towed out of the gate like the CO.
Yeah.
After he did his 24. Yeah, he did his 22, and they towed him out of the gate I think that was in Colchester actually.
Mm.
I'm sure he got out before he got out before we went to Cellar. They actually towed him out the gate like they do the COs and that.
Yeah.
So no. I
Because he
think he
done an
actually
awful long time, didn't he?
yeah. I think he picked up his second stripe just before he got out. I think as as a bonus for his pension or I
Yeah.
don't know. He's one of those that mark time worthy, isn't he? Quite,
Yeah. I mean,
same
Brengan
as
was the
some
same.
John Brennan. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
So
Yeah.
the 22-year private. I mean, I mean, they don't even exist nowadays
Nah.
because
Well, he had more.
um,
He had more upside down stripes than he did.
yeah,
His good conduct stripes were unbelievable. No?
yeah.
Yeah.
He ran the wash down point, didn't he, in Cellar?
Yeah. Yeah.
That was and they made him up to do that. They gave
Yeah.
him his
That's it.
lance
Yeah.
corporal for that.
Yeah.
But yeah, he came to one of the gatherings a couple of years back, 2 or 3 years ago,
Oh.
before the COVID malarkey kicked in.
Yeah.
Somebody picked him up and brought him to the gathering.
Yeah.
And so the gathering, if you are coming over, that is the weekend to come over, because
Was
the
it
ga-
Duxford? Is it?
yeah, it's
Duxford or
Duxford.
Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah?
it's all at Duxford. It's a terrific day out,
Oh,
and
lovely.
I mean there's so many guys that of our generation that you'll bump into. It seems
Yeah.
like so many of us gather there, and so the drumhead service is always pretty good, and then we have a bit of a march past, and then we sort of have an afternoon tea afterwards. But yeah, it's amazing the amount of people that rock up to it. I mean, we've got
Oh,
old
yeah.
officers turn up, quite a few of the old officers that turn to.
Yeah.
All the good ones, anyway.
Yeah. Yeah.
To be honest, we didn't have many bad ones, did we?
No. We were lucky actually. We were actually lucky, mates. Yeah, with officers and that. Yeah.
But I mean, there's always that little bit of banter between the battalions. So because it's the day after the rugby, and the Pompadours
Yeah.
are turning to
Yeah.
the old Vikings turning to. They normally wheel out a few Chelsea pensioners. Dougie May,
Yeah.
he normally turns to for it and brings along a few of his mates.
Yeah.
But I did hear that I think it's Paul Hallibone has applied to go into Chelsea.
Oh, okay.
I don't
Yeah.
know. I haven't heard any more of it, but I saw a post on it a while back.
How old's Paul now?
He's 65
Not that
plus,
old, is he?
66.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So sure,
Oh,
it was
okay.
Paul Hallibone.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's that. And I just see the post coming out in September. There's there's a regimental day at Chelsea this year. It's been cancelled the last 3 years because of the Rona.
Yeah, because of Corona. Yeah.
Yeah, so he's so it's back on again this year, which is another nice day. So we get there's a service in the chapel, and then there's a few beers and that after. Oh, hang on,
Yeah.
what's going on here? What are you doing back? I thought you was babysitting.
I just thought I'd say good night.
All
Enjoy
right.
a good drink. I'm about to.
Are you putting the boy to bed? Have you? You worn him out?
Yep. Doing that now. Say hello, Catherine.
Hello, Catherine.
Oh, Kath.
So what's that? Isn't it? That's a posh looking tent you've got there.
Yeah. We opted for the posh version. Called a caravan.
Bit of glamping, is it?
Yeah, I can't show the rest of it. There's a bit of a mess everywhere.
Well, that's the trouble with having grandkids, that teacher.
Yes. Anyway, good night, lads. Have a good one.
Yeah, cheers, Harry.
Catch up
with you next week. Yeah.
Okay, Tim.
That was a quickie, wasn't it? Ta-ra.
That was. I just thought I'd say goodbye.
Thanks for popping in, Harry. Co-hosting
Okay.
again next week.
I reckon so.
Right.
Okay.
We'll catch up with your stories next week then.
Okay, Tim. Good night, everybody.
Bonjour.
Yeah, you are, mate.
Ta-ra. See you, mate.
So that's Harry.
I thought that might have been Baz trying to get in still.
Yeah, I can't get on. Hang on, I just seen a post who's saying that can't get on. I don't know what you're mucking about.
Can't get on. Yeah, he's that's Baz.
Hang on. Let me give it another go. I'll send you another link. What we're done with it? It's down here somewhere. That one. Might be a reason you can't get in. I sent you the wrong link.
Yeah,
Sorry,
or
Baz.
maybe he hasn't got Chrome.
No, I sent him the wrong link. I sent him the one to watch.
Okay.
I forgot I'd copied the one to watch. So have another go, Baz. Oh my luck! I told you it's all. We don't have a format. We go crazy. We do have a laugh. But there you go. These things are sent to try us.
Right.
It's hard work, you know, because I've got all these buttons to press. Look. Yeah, that's what I did wrong. so
It works. It works every time. It works every time, though. You have to chuckle along with it, don't you?
Yeah, I know. It's infectious. I think they call it infectious. Infectious laughter. So if he does get in, we'll give him one of these. Oh, got all sorts on here.
Well, I'm going to have to leave you, gentlemen.
Hang on. Sorry about that, Harry.
That's all right.
Harry.
No offence taken.
All right, Harry, you're going to catch up with another time.
Yeah, will do, me old mate.
So you know
Nice chatting, Harry.
And you,
you know
Tim.
how
Mate.
it works now. So don't. Have you subscribed to my YouTube channel?
No.
I'm actually on this via YouTube, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I'll have a look and see what it is.
Have a look and then just click the subscribe button and then it gives you notifications when stuff's going out.
Yeah, not a problem. Have a good evening.
Yeah, you take it easy. We've got half an hour to go, so we may be getting
down,
busy, we may not. All right, cheers, Harry.
Yeah, Barry.
Ta-ra, Harry.
So there you go. That's the way that we roll. We have people dropping in, dropping out. So I know there was a couple of other people that were going to pop in tonight. I know.
Okay.
He messaged us saying that they're just popping out shopping with the missus, and he's going to get on when he come back. So
Well, it depends what the missus is buying, doesn't it?
it does. Get held up in traffic this time of night.
And sometimes it's better just to give him your wallet and say, "See you later."
Yeah, that's what mine does. Give her a card. Yeah, see you later.
So, have fun.
Have fun, yeah.
Yeah.
So, I need a wet. Oh, Adam's ale.
Yeah, I've got one up here somewhere. So I get everything put in front of my door here. I've actually been bunkered out in my. It's my little man cave. I've got a bed in here. When I start snoring, she kicks me out of bed, and I come across here. And it's comes in use for things like quarantine.
Yeah,
So,
I mean, let's face it, the Germans have got a pretty draconian attitude towards it, haven't they?
yeah.
Yeah. And unlike the UK, I mean, the government over here ignored all the rules and just had parties. Well, we'll make sure everybody else was locked up.
Yeah.
It's not good, not clever, not funny. I'll tell you what,
Well, obviously it's cost him at the end, doesn't it? So
it's crippled the economy. That's for sure. It's just it just beggars belief what it's done to this country.
Yeah.
It's £3 trillion that we're in debt for. They borrowed £3 trillion.
Yeah.
And,
I mean, obviously, I live in Europe. Obviously, I was totally against Brexit. Obviously, for reasons in my advantage. I mean, we have noticed. I've actually had to become a German citizen.
Yeah, so you got a German passport and everything.
I've got both. I've got dual.
I've got dual. I thought I got away with it.
Yeah, I've got dual citizenship. We had was it after Brexit was published? We had 6 months.
Yeah.
To apply for our German citizenship in order to keep the British, because it was an agreement. It was an agreement. A dual citizenship is only open to Europeans. Although England is still European, it's out of the EU, which would have meant I'd have had to have a visa to work and sit here.
Yeah. But you're all right now, then? I guess that's why you've been able to get the job, is it?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Dick's just you're looking very well, young man.
Yeah, I'm feeling very well. Thanks a lot, Dick. Hope you're fine.
So, I message you the link to join in if you can, Richard. So see whether he manages it. So see if Baz can get himself in, and see if Dick can get his way in. So I think it's fairly easy once you sort of just click and it takes you through what you need to do. Yeah, it's fairly easy, and I do it every week.
Yeah.
So I'm on here every week. I found the thing with this podcasting and live streaming is continuity that is the key to it. So every week I come on for 2 hours on a Thursday evening from 7 until 9, British summertime or Greenwich Mean Time if it's the
that threw me off a bit tonight, actually. But because I said to you, I'll join you about 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
Now I was thinking 8 o'clock, and I wasn't thinking it was actually 7 o'clock your time.
Well,
that's the hour difference.
All the time, I guess it's you don't recognise the hour difference.
Nah.
So
that's when I wrote you before. I said, I'll not make it till 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
And I looked and I dialed in. It was 8:15. I thought, I'm late. I dialed in. I went, wait a minute, it's only 7:15. It's only 7:15. It's not even 8 o'clock yet. Yeah, happy days.
So that's what we do. So the continuity is that I come on here every week. I was away at Harry's daughter's wedding a
Yeah.
few weeks back. So what I did was we pre-recorded an episode for Thursday. So I
Yeah.
put a pre-recorded one out. But I'm going away in September for a couple of weeks, and I'm going to be away for 2 Thursdays. So I'm going to try and do live streams for while we're away.
Yeah.
But if I can't do it, I'm gonna need to do a couple of pre-recorded live streams to go out on a Thursday, which should be a bit of fun.
Hmm.
So I'm
Okay.
not quite sure I'm going to do that just yet, but I've got a little bit of time. I've got to get through the rest of July and August and
Yeah.
the first couple of weeks of September to work out exactly how I'm going to do it, what equipment I'm going to need to do it, and how I'm going to do it. So, yeah. But I think what I'll have to do is one of the ideas I've got is I'm looking at possibly putting a few segments of some of the podcasts that I've done with other people and put those out with a bit of clipping in the middle to tell you who they are and maybe I'll do that. So
Yeah. Right.
maybe what I'll do for next week is maybe include some clips of some of the other people that I've done.
Yeah.
Give people a flavour of the sort of podcasts that we do, how they look, and one thing and another. So yeah, that's.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad we thought of that. So Richard said he's going to try again to come in, and I think Baz hopefully will try and get in as well. So we've still got sort of 20 minutes or so left, just under 20 minutes left of the show. So the show is, I think it's been good tonight. So we had people popping in, having a bit of a chat. I do like a bit of a rabbit occasionally. I do like to get on my soapbox and have a go about the politicians because they ask for it.
I watched I watched one on YouTube earlier on. What was his name? The old comedian, Davidson. Yeah.
Oh, Jim Davidson.
Jim Davidson. He had a really, because he is pro army, isn't he? Really. He did all the shows.
I bumped into him.
And he had a good dig. He had a good dig at the BBC. Wow.
Yeah, I bumped into him a little while back, actually. All right. Got Stuart trying to join. I wonder if he's got the right. Oh, here we go. Yeah, we got Baz just trying to connect. So we've got people trying to dive into the. Oh no, he's gone again. He was nearly there, but he's just gone again. So
he was Milan.
yeah, that goes a ways, doesn't it?
Having said that, so was I.
Well, I was Wombat.
Yeah.
So
I started anti-tanks. In Londonderry just before we moved to Colchester. I went for recce cop platoon into anti-tanks, and I actually started on combat.
Oh right, combat. We had the combats in Berlin. Prior to that, we had the Wombat when we was in Gillingham.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, so I was anti-tanks in Gillingham.
Yeah.
Before I went crook.
Yeah.
Yeah, I ended up in hospital for 6 months in Gillingham.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And then when I came back, I couldn't go back into anti-tanks.
No.
I was downgraded for a bit, and I ended up as a company clerk.
Oh, yeah. All got to be done.
Absolutely. And then we went to Berlin. And what a tour Berlin was. I think every man Jack loved Berlin.
Yeah.
Berlin was the
Oh,
best.
Berlin was brilliant. Brilliant,
best
yeah.
posting the battalion ever had, I think. Certainly in our time, my time. I loved it.
Yeah, come on, Berlin. I was in Berlin. I was with Richard York in Berlin in the same platoon.
In C
Alf Todd,
Company.
yeah, 7th
Yeah.
platoon. Alf Todd was our platoon sergeant.
What was I doing in Berlin? I was support company clerk in Berlin.
Yeah,
Yeah. So I was still with support company. We had
yeah,
mortars, anti-tanks, and I think we also had recce. Do we have recce?
yeah. Well, yeah, it was Recce. Yeah, I
Yeah.
end of Berlin. I went to Recce and we formed cop platoon for Derry.
Yeah. Well, I was going to go over as cop clerk, but
Yeah.
I got put into battalion headquarters.
Oh,
So
okay.
when we went to Londonderry, I ended up in battalion headquarters.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. Ta-da!
Who is it? Baz?
Hi, Stuart. How you doing?
Oh, shoot.
There he is. Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, you're a
I
bit
got you, mate.
echoey at the moment.
I'm a bit what?
Bit echoey. Are you on your phone or your iPad?
Oh, on my phone. I can't get in on my tablet. I just couldn't get the link. It's not. I can't get the link anywhere on it.
Oh, how odd.
Yeah.
So this is another Tim. This is Stuart. Stuart's a mate of
Oh,
mine.
it's Stu.
He lives just down the road in Hillhead.
Hello, Tim.
Hello, mate. You all right?
Yeah. Where are you from then, Tim?
I'm actually calling from Germany now. I live out in Germany, mate. I live in Germany, yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm a scunny bum. I'm a scunny lad. I'm a poacher through and through.
Hampshire.
Poacher all the way. A poacher.
Same as me, as a poacher.
Oh, right. I know one of them.
So hopefully we're going to get a couple of other people trying to join. I saw Baz flick in and then flick out again. so I'm not quite sure what happened there. So he must still be trying to fight his way in. And
Some things never change. It's technical, you see.
yeah, so I'm all over it like a cheap suit, obviously.
Practice makes perfect, doesn't it?
Absolutely. I mean, I've been at it for a couple of years now, and the setup I've got is really quite good. Hang on. See if I can-
He's got a nice train set. I've seen it.
We should be able to get back into this. Nope. What's going on? Nope. There he is. Bump into there. Restore that. Yeah, I'll give you a quick heads up on. What's going on? Go there. That's it. And then go there. This is all technical stuff. You realise this, don't you? So.
Oh yeah.
I'll go into that, and then I need to definitely need to do that before I do that. Ta-da! And there's me. This is a setup. So monitors all over the place. This monitor's stopped working. I don't know what's going on with that. Got another one down here. I've got the main screen up here. Here's my mixing desk, and so this is what you get. And then
Is that the
make
phone?
everybody laugh. So that's that. Pull that down a bit. Oh,
Lovely.
there you go. So I've got lighting, I've got green screen. I'm all over it. So that's the setup that we get here. Oh, here we go. Hello. It looks like your brother.
This is my twin brother.
If I kill one of your mics, that'll be fine. what are we doing here? That's what things about. Put that one on. Here you go. So I don't know what you're playing at. Hang on. Well,
I'm going to say who's got
I don't know.
who's
what
got the
I'm
mix
doing
ball
here.
there.
Yeah, I'll be charged at mics. So there you
Yeah,
go. You're back
I
in the
finally
room.
managed to get onto my tablet. Finally managed to get through the tablet rather than the mobile phone.
Yeah. So where you been shopping tonight then?
Costco.
Ah, did you fill up with fuel while you was there?
We certainly did. In Helen's car, which is petrol, and it was it £1.76? £1.76.
Blimey.
Bloody hell.
Cheapest I've seen it for a long time. And diesel.
I paid £2 a litre.
Yeah.
And it went down a penny yesterday.
Disgraceful. Disgraceful.
Profiteering is what it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
What you drive,
well,
you're chieftain.
Yeah. Yeah.
I got one of those German cars. I got a BMW X1 that I get around about 60 to the gallon out of, which is tidy actually, quite tidy.
Yeah.
Well, diesel was £1.83, which again is the cheapest I've seen it for a long time.
It's obviously going down a bit then.
Only at Costco.
Yeah.
It's still £2 in all the petrol stations outside.
The prices are not much different to here, really, because I just paid 175, but that's euros. What is it? It's €1, €1.40 or what to the pound, I think.
It's it's 118 at the moment.
118,
yeah.
Yeah, gone are the days where it was 140. Is that on the FFR rate that you're getting on your pension?
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't hold
Happy with that, though.
You can't argue with that. Don't argue with it. Don't even mention it.
What was I going to say? Exactly. Yeah. Well, remember the old Berlin days, what we used to get there for the exchange? Bloody hell. It was nearly 4 to 1, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And then when we used
to
go across
get 10 to 1 when we went across to East Berlin.
We went across the east,
Yeah, you can only change 10 marks to go across to East Berlin. He gives you 40, but you can live like a lord over there for that. We used to go over and have a meal over there and go to the theatres and stuff like that in the evenings. So that was great in East Berlin. But do you remember what it was like when you used to go
Hotel Moscow?
Yeah, you go through Checkpoint Charlie, and it literally was going from a colour film to a black and white film.
Yeah.
East Berlin was grey. It was odd. I loved doing the flag tours over there.
I remember I used to battalion box in Berlin, and I remember we all went across. We didn't really have the funds that the support we used to have when we was in Londonderry, where we was really well known because we obviously got through the UK championships and the finals, the army finals, and we only really started up in Berlin, and we had no kit, so we went across to East Berlin with Mickey Dowling.
Yeah.
Went across to East Berlin, pocket full of money, and we all bought boxing boots, boxing gloves, training pads, everything. We bought it all over there. Came back and Mickey Dowling whacked the bill on the CEO's table and says, "Right, that's the boxing team money. Yeah, give it the boxing officer. We'll sort you out." Wicked. So we actually went across to the East and bought all the East German kit, and it was good kit.
Yeah.
Happy days in Berlin.
Yeah, because we actually put the bid in for it. We asked him if we could have it from if we could go down Berlin and get some. No, it's all expensive as all. You've only got so and so much money. Is it all right? We'll go to the East. So we did.
Yeah.
Went to the big Kaufhaus. Yeah. Yeah. They had everything in there. Yeah, wicked.
Crazy place.
Yeah.
Yeah, really enjoyed Berlin.
Oh yeah. Best posting we ever had.
Went back there in 1990 after the wall came down with, remember Alan Nichols and Jackie?
Yeah. Yeah.
And we went back with them for a weekend, and we went
Oh.
back down to Montgomery Barracks and had a look there, look around where we used to live in the quarters, and we went across. You remember the bridge at the end of the Heerstrasse? They called it the Freedom
Yeah.
Bridge.
Yeah.
Well, we went across that bridge and went and saw the Russian camp that was just behind the back lake and
Yeah.
the bottom behind the pig farm.
Down the piggery, yeah.
Yeah. In fact, bumped into
Bas-
old
Bas-
McCoxey.
Yeah. Oh,
Went
he's
over the wall.
Steve. Steve. Oh, yeah.
Steve Cox, yeah.
Paul, no,
Steve
Paul
Cox?
Cox.
Paul Cox.
No, Steve
yeah.
Cox is dead. Steve
he
Cox
died,
was
he died a
MT.
few
He's
years ago.
dead.
Yeah.
Cancer. Yeah, Paul Cox. Yeah.
Paul Cox, yeah, went over the wall.
Headley.
Headley, that's him. Headley. he was at the summer ball the other week.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's fun chatting with him. Do you know he ain't changed much at all?
No. There's a lot of people have not changed. I mean, when I look at Frank Rimmer, he still looks the same, but with grey hair.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I was like this anyway. I
Yeah.
haven't changed a bit.
Mine's just falling out. Mine's just getting a bit thinner and grey. But apart from that,
Well,
I feel like
he's
Peter
in the
Pan.
centres. I am. I'm suffering from that syndrome. It's incurable. It's called the
Peter
Peter
Pan.
Pan syndrome.
Peter Pan syndrome.
Yeah, got no intentions of trying to get a cure. Is this coffee being delivered? Being
Good service.
delivered? Hey, look at that.
Yeah, good
God.
service, Ian. Yeah.
That's Ellen looking after you then.
Cheers. Looking after me good and proper.
Quite right too. That's a know your place. Get in the kitchen.
Careful. You
can
saw
see
how they
brave I am.
you saw how they react when you saw all that last night at the pub after Alistair's post.
Yeah, that was funny.
Uh,
So what have you been up to today then, Stuart?
Well, working, which is a mud's game.
Look, you can't use that language on here.
No. Working, and we've
done
just
it
been
again.
out. We've got the clan coming down the weekend. My brothers and their wives and sister. Although it's COVIDing, my sister has got a friend staying with her who's just diagnosed with COVID today, so we don't know how that's going to go. There's a lot of it about, you know.
Yeah, Tim's got it.
Have you?
Yeah,
I'm in isolation in my man cave.
Yeah.
he's got the German version of it.
Yeah.
Well, we have the Chinese version.
You want to like that one, Tim?
Outrageous.
I walk
Yeah.
around. I've been walking around the house like it's German. I've been walking around the house like Freddie Starr all day, goose stepping.
See, I have this theory. If you treat it like you've got a cold and don't test, then you
Yeah.
haven't got it.
No.
And,
Well,
and
the
more people
they're a
that
bit
get
stricter. Yeah.
but the more people that get it, the better immunity you're going to get, isn't it?
The thing
That's
is,
the way I
I
look
only
at it.
found out. I've not been testing. The only thing is, my mother-in-law is in the old pensions home, and I pick her up twice a week to go shopping and that. But to pick her up out of the old pensions home, you have to have a test. So I went and did a test because you have to have it in writing. Went and did a test and it was positive. So I phoned her. I says, "I'm not coming to pick you up today." And it was, I mean, obviously an old woman. She couldn't get it out in her head why I wasn't going to pick her up. What have I done wrong? And I said, nothing. I'm ill. You don't sound ill. You don't look ill. Right. Yeah. Okay.
I bet you conducted all that conversation in German, didn't you?
Yeah.
probably didn't
Yeah.
translate well.
It does actually, yeah. But she still
Should
didn't
have done it in
understand it.
English.
God
Should have
bless her
done it in
cotton
English.
socks. She's 83. She'd have stuck in me a thick ear.
Give you a right hook.
Yeah.
Yeah. So who have you had on tonight then, Tim? Anyone I know?
Say again?
We had
Oh, yeah.
we got Tim on. Harry popped in, and then we
All
had
right.
Harry Eames. He popped in as well. He was on for quite a while. And then we had Chris from the Chatty Geeky Hidden Dragon. So he came on his podcast. I was on a podcast with him a few weeks back.
Right.
So yes, we had quite a good evening, didn't we?
Yeah, it was
Had
good,
lots,
yeah.
lots of, and we've had Baz Seaton trying to get in, and he flashed up and then went again. We've had Dick York trying to get in, but he's struggling at doing it. So not quite sure. I think the text got to him slightly.
Well, the thing is, if you see it advertised on Facebook, you can go on Facebook and watch, but there's no way of joining. So I was watching on Facebook on my tablet.
There's two links.
Yeah.
I had the same problem with Tim. I tried getting on Facebook and I couldn't get in, so I went to YouTube. I got in over my YouTube account. Weird.
Ah, right.
So it should, when I send out the link to join the show, it should give you some instructions on how to come in, whether you're coming in.
Yeah.
I think you could come in through Facebook, YouTube,
Yeah,
LinkedIn.
Yeah, it gave me three options. Yeah, LinkedIn, YouTube, or Facebook.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So,
And I eventually got through. I eventually got here through YouTube. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I loaded up Messenger on my tablet, and then I got the message that you put on Messenger, which I think is Facebook, isn't it? But just on normal Facebook, when you go to the post and there's an arrow to for play, and you just watch. So, but you can't actually get in from that.
Yeah. So that's what people do. They just watch. They don't click any like buttons or anything. They just watch.
Maybe they don't like it.
Well, they can click the dislike button.
Yeah.
In fact, I don't know what would happen if people click the dislike button. I don't know whether that pops up as well as a dislike. But what's not to like? Come on.
Yeah.
This is a fantastic little show every Thursday.
Have you told Tim where you're sitting?
Yeah. We popped this up. Look, there you go. Ta-da!
Yeah. No, I meant the fact that you've got the sailing club in the background.
Oh yeah. We've gone through the sailing club.
Yeah.
We've done the pub.
Yeah.
What else have we got? Here's one from the other week. This is a great one.
Yeah.
There you go. And look at that gorgeous boy on that red bike there. God, don't you just love him? Oh, we got 2 likes tonight. Thanks, Baz. Thanks, Dick. See, the like buttons work. We've proved the like button works.
Where are they liking it on FaceAche?
Yeah, I think you can.
Yeah, you have to go.
Click it on FaceAche and.
Or you go on to chat, don't you? The comments.
Yeah.
I think you tip in there on your normal keyboard. Then that's how it runs over the phone anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, Baz. I don't know what you're doing wrong. Maybe have a go for next week. I'll ping you the link out, and you can give it a test at some stage.
Tim, I know what's wrong. I know what's going wrong with Baz, mate. He can't read. Sorry, Baz.
Right.
Could not resist that, Baz. Sorry.
Blimey, look, it's 9 o'clock. We're there. We've hit the 2-hour mark. So
There you go.
Blimey. What do we do? That's it. The end of the show.
Yeah. Well, with a bit of luck and a fair wind, I might get on a bit earlier next week, but
Yeah.
situations have conspired against me this evening.
Very good. Well,
Thank you,
thank
Bebop.
you, Bebop. Pleasure, mate. Pleasure.
Right, I'm going to drop you two
Um,
guys down. If you just want to hang on there, we'll have a quick wash up after I close the show. So, thanks for joining.
Yeah, mate.
Cheers, Tim. Well, that's it. The end of another Thirsty Thursday live stream. For those that have been watching, thank you so much for watching. Those that have clicked the like button, thank you so much. We're going to be live again next Thursday. And if you want to join the show, ping us a message. I'll give you the link and you can come in and you can join in the fun. As you can see, it's been a lot of fun this evening. We've had people popping in and out, people not popping in and out. and we'll see what develops over the week. I mean, we started off talking about politics and we ended up talking rubbish. So it's the same every week, you know. And maybe we'll do a special soon. We'll have give us some ideas of some specials that we can do, and we'll put a special together and we'll have a chat. So we've done mental health, we've done this, that, and the other, and yeah. So we could talk about all sorts of stuff. So in the meantime, I'd just like to thank everybody that's joined in, and I've got something to finish the show off with. So until next week, same time, same place, Thirsty Thursday, 7 p.m. or 1900 hours if you're in the UK, and there you go. And we go until 9 o'clock, and it's 9 o'clock, so we've got to go. So thanks for joining in.